Hello, welcome to my channel. It is good to have you here. My name is Gemma. I'm an advanced occultist and it's really late but I can't stop thinking, so I'm going to talk instead. Right, so this one is going to be about the dimensions. I love this. Okay, so I had an idea. If I wanted to explain something in this world, if I wanted to, create, what would I share to the world? And it was the dimensions, right? So I'm going to talk a bit now about my experience being born and sort of like how I've come to this conclusion about the dimensions. For this, are you ready? So this is interesting because I wanted to talk about the dimensions and I just wanted to bring everything into context a little bit more in regards to like understanding aspects of spiritually, like not just by a telly, but spiritually, right? So the dimensions, right? So if you can understand the concepts of a dimensional space, these will be just when you close your eyes and you're in a different place, like when you're dreaming or something, yeah? I need you to get comfy. The dimensions, right? So these are like the 9D, right? So what is 9D? We're going straight up there. This is like the universe concept, which I said before, but it's almost like you're in a swirl. It's like you become an aspect of it. It's like a swirl. It's really nice. It's almost like, I don't know if it's real, but it's just somewhere where I go, right? It's what I've understood. It's how I understand this world. Not everybody will, and that's fine, because not everybody's sort of beliefs are the same, and that's fine as well. But this is what I think, this is what I see, this is where I go as a Pisces, right? So it's the most spiritual sign in the zodiac, one of, right? So 9D is like water going in a sink, and it goes down, and then it's almost like the 8 is like, it's like almost like you're being born, okay? So this is how I'm going to explain it. So 9D is like you're an aspect of light, and that is it. And then you come down through codes. Now everybody has the same code, right? And this is because we're all connected, because it's an aspect of what's within the habitat. So you've got an 8. Now this is where our gene pools are, okay? So imagine if you start at 9, you're an aspect of that light, that you're light, and then you come down and then you absorb a code, which everybody has. So we all fall through on the code, and it's like a gene pool, right? And I think that's where we get our gene pool from. I think it's the basic one. I think it's Yo neg, O type. O, it's O because it's the universal code in terms of blood. So I think that's what happens at an 8. I think when we fall through, it's almost like programmed at a universal concept, so we can keep going through the dimensions. So we can go from an aspect of 8 to an aspect of 7, which is love. It was just love, right? So it's almost like another habitat type thing on its own, but it's like love is in that, and it's the glue, right? And it holds everything together, and it's almost like if you could step away, it'd be like the encompassment of it, because it needs that, doesn't it? So it's like heart's in the middle, so it would be an aspect where the heart is in the middle, but it's at a 7, but it's all green anyway. 8's green. Right, so then you've got 6. That's like a midpoint, okay? This is like a crowning energy. This is a midpoint energy, but it's not at the same time. It's not like a crown because it's all possibilities. This is a 6. This is like where you get your past lives, your future lives, everything's all there. Your whole, makeup type thing, an aspect of you became conscious when you hit the heart, right? So it's almost like you have to hit that 6, and then you go down to a 5, which is just an astral space, and then a 4, which is also another form, but it's more thought forms and what's an encompassment of it. Okay, so it's like the ball, for example, it's a 4, yeah? So it's kind of like that, and then you get 3, which is earth, so you hit earth. I remember when I had my memory of being born. I don't know if it's real either. I'm going to say it anyway. But this was like one of the earliest memories. I was like, when was I born? How does it work? How does this happen? And I laid down and closed my eyes, and straight away I was just like in this other place. I was like in a void, but it was like I was falling through, and it was okay. It was okay. It's okay. Then I stopped and came into a white space, and then it was like I was picking stuff like when I was like whether I was a man or a woman, I was like woman straight away, and then it was like, I think this was a reenactment. I don't think this is real. I do not think this is real at all. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that's necessarily real. I think at the 8 is where it all codes in. And I think that sometimes void beings are actually born from inner earth. And I think that can happen as well. So I think there's like a different level of understanding of species as well. But I think we all do go back. I think we all have an aspect of light within us, and that's ours. And I also noticed that when we go into sort of like a sleep, or you can kind of meditate yourself into that state anyway. But I noticed because there was so many like inaccuracies with like picking and stuff like that, I could tell it was crap. And like, I don't know why I was shown that, and it was so bait as well. It was like, it's so obvious as well, it's kind of crap. And I shouldn't really say this because I'm a spiritualist and stuff, but I guess at the moment in time I am not going to say that that's true. I think that might happen at an 8. I think that might already have happened, already have taken place, because that means that you had your choice, your own choice. But then again, we could be manipulated through that 8 as well, depending on the function of this whole entire world. Okay, so we can get deep with this stuff, and it's really hard to explain. I just tried to do it basic, but I'm trying to get into it a little bit more now, where we can sort of like distinguish like maybe some facts of the matter, because I need to understand aspects of just learning religion and obviously different aspects of dimensions. So I noticed that the dimensional spaces was never spoken of. I mean, people were saying that there was like 17, 30 dimensions and all this, and I was like, no, there's not. They're not dimensions. They're densities, right? So different levels. So you can get like obviously worlds within worlds. So they can like literally be on top of each other type thing as well. And there's created spaces as well, and that's 5, and anyone can do that in their own brain because it's their mind. And so everything's a little bit speculative, I think, in my opinion. I've got Karen in the ninth house, so I am going to be speculative anyway. Okay, and let's just have it right. I am going to be speculative, or I might say something that's like outlandish because my Lilith, but oh well, Lilith first house. But 9 times out of 10 I'm right. Anyway. And if I am wrong, I profusely apologise. If you like my content, like and subscribe. There'll be more.